Get going. All right. So I need a motion to approve the last month's meeting, which was in March. Kara, do I have a second?
I wasn't here, so I won't vote.
You won't, okay. Anybody else, a second? Second. Brian Oliver, a second. Okay, so we have a motion to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion passes to approve the March minutes. All right, we do have a guest, but she was here last week too, so I don't think we need to go through introductions all over again. Do you want to? Anything you wanna?
No, just about as I'm trying to get numbers together.
Okay,
Okay,
excellent.
all right, good.
I wasn't here, you are.
I'm Terry Schneider. And I'm with Cambria Rotary. I'm gonna be their president here in July, and we want to be able to help with the inclusive part. So I'm just coming to get numbers to find out what we can do.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna review old business and that will be up to Jerry. Geez, I wish Jim was there. Okay, go ahead. Jerry.
Auburn Farms, I saw Auburn, HHPR, the consultant that's doing the work for that, the plan and everything. Just sent back the personal service agreement to us, made some changes, and our attorney's looking at it, so after that, we'll be able to start work. I know that I told you I was gonna have some updates last meeting for this, but that's the update.
And they did get this copy.
They have that, they have all of the old information for the park, all that stuff, they're just waiting to get the paperwork wrapped up to get it started.
And what this was when we had our meeting with the Dodge and Auburn Farm people they made suggestions of things that they wanted to see, and I just compiled those into a list to give to Jerry, who gave it to HHPR, and they will incorporate that into a design that may look similar to this.
Very helpful, helps speed up the process once we get going on that.
Okay, but as we stated, and we should get, I mean, the second notice was approved on when?
Yeah, this is why I wanted to talk about this, just like why it's important to get going early on these projects, Maple Street Park, Legacy Park, all this stuff. Just to give you an example of how the process works when it leaves Public Works or this group. We, March 27th, the 30 days waiting period for the council approval was up. And so we told finance we're ready to go on that. So we gave all the information, the 3 bids, the RFP, whatever, however we did that, I don't remember exactly. Anyways, so March 28th, the day after that, we sent the final paperwork, the PSA, to HHPR to start the project. April 5th, it came back, the personal service agreement went to Barry Elsner, Hammond, for review, our attorney. April 11th, it came back from Barry Elsner, approved, liking what we were sending out. And then yesterday, it got sent from finance, or whatever that is, the April 15th, it got sent to Barry Elsner. They came back today with changes they want to make. So what I'm saying is this started March 27th, and we're still not started on the work April 16th. So it takes a while to get this process going. So that's why it's very important that we get going early on these projects so we don't miss out on them. So anyways,
Have to go to council.
this is done with council, but now they'll start, once it goes back, everything will get signed and we can start design. So I'll have an update hopefully by the next meeting when Barry gets back from vacation in March. I had to throw that in there. Take some pressure off Denny's.
It kind of bounces back and forth. Well, I mean, you have to go through the 2 readings, which we had, and then the 30-day waiting period, which we did. And then Jerry's done his work and sent it to, our city administrator or financial, and it's been bouncing back and forth between them for going on a month now.
Yeah.
It will be, it'll be 4 to 6 weeks by the time.
Yeah,
So it's a very slow and frustrating process.
yeah. Barry's wondering if there's a hold up. I don't believe anyone's trying to hold anything up. I just believe that the process is slow. And I will tell you this, tomorrow night's council meeting, our finance director is bringing a resolution to help with this, which I'm kind of excited about. We're getting updated to follow the state procurement policies. So right now, anything over $6,000, we have to do an RFP for, so it's slow. He's changing that to anything with the state regulation, what they regulate is $25,000, up to $25,000, we don't even have to get 3 bids on. And up to 250,000, we don't have to do the RFP process, but we can just get 3 bids. So getting a contract together for something like this, what was it, $248,000? We wouldn't have to do an RFP process, we wouldn't have to that, we do 3 bids, push it through. His next step is to streamline the procurement process in terms of finance department. So hopefully we can speed that up, so.
So based on all of this, do you think that they're gonna be able to break ground at all on this summer? Or are we looking at next year?
Auburn? Oh, no way, no way possible next year, yeah.
Next year.
Well, they won't break the ground in the fall, you don't think?
I don't know. Let's see how. I'll have more of a schedule. I hope when we get this, we can get a schedule from the HHPR to see how long it's gonna take from them. So sorry, again, next meeting, I hope that. My goal is to get Maple wrapped up. That's my goal, is to get that focused, because that's a project we can start. We have to start in July. So, but no, I'll know more. And any input or any concerns, like the time frame on what this takes, I recommend you take it up with your city council liaison. If it's a staff issue or anything like that, I'm happy to change whatever way I can do to make this.
So it's good right now with your financial?
Right now, it's back on, it came back to financial and it's with our attorney again.
I thought you said though the attorney approved.
The attorney approved it, but it went to HHPR and they wanted to change some verbiage and it came. But they only sat on it for a day, which was nice. So it came back and now the attorney's gonna look at it. And if they like the verbiage, we'll have a contract on.
All right. Good job, Jerry.
You're so proud of me, right?
Hey, these people have been waiting since 2007, what, another couple months?
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say 2004. It's going on almost 20 years.
Okay,
It's so embarrassing.
To be fair, we never promised them as park land, but we never promised them a park 20 years ago.
And we have this now, which is huge up on the, you can turn around and look, Barry, we're proud of that. I'm proud of you on that.
well,
And this is helpful because having that list of,
we can run some 8.5 by 11s and this, hand it out to the neighborhood and say, there's your player.
we could.
Okay, all right, moving on.
Okay, what are we on? Legacy Outdoor Fitness Court. They broke ground yesterday. They're digging out right now, setting up forms, and they're planning on to pour the concrete tomorrow, or next week, sorry. They're gonna set up all the rest of the forms tomorrow. Finish compacting, probably pour concrete maybe Wednesday of next week. And then we're Barry's been helping us iron out some issues with the installer, some technical stuff, so they're following.
You do it all.
Yeah.
I got an opportunity.
The Ask Me Union starting to question, starting to take work away from union employees. No, he's helpful. It's nice because Barry being involved in this, he can say stuff to these people that city staff can't, so it's nice, but, I think, I didn't hear back from the fitness campaign people tonight, but I mean, they're supposed to be getting back soon, right?
Right, on time, if it's gonna affect the timetable.
The good news is the low bid contractor was almost $60,000 cheaper than all the rest, so we had a savings there, and they're going to work on it right now, so it'll be done in this nice weather, so. Legacy Park Outdoor Fitness, it's going well. And then Maple Street Park, oh, okay,
Before we move on.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything in the paper about Legacy Park. Is it possible to do a PSA? Because it's a very interesting,
Yeah.
you know, the background and because there's a little scuttlebutt online about the trees coming out. People are kind of having some heartburn about that. But to, you know, assure everybody that trees are going to be replaced and blah, blah, blah. But just, you know, some of the schematics that were finally all, we could file that in tonight. Maybe
And
Jimmy could do a
like something on Facebook, on social media, saying what we're doing.
yeah, and some paper too, you know, they, huh? On the website.
And the one.
Yeah, just making a little bit of a excitement about it.
would Kara put anything on?
I could put on Friends of Canby Parks.
She can,
But, you know, the paper did a big thing on the playing field, so why can't we?
We did something with pickleball too, didn't we? Didn't we do something similar to that where this, let me bounce it off Eileen tomorrow. Or
Okay.
when I'll see her at the council meeting.
Yeah, I want to add to that, I think doing more quote marketing. Bad word for public agency, but the more, doing something more to be known for the goodness that we do.
we might wanna pull that other, tab up, you open that so they can see what the fitness court looks like.
Scroll down or.
Well, I don't know, can you expand it a little bit too, maybe?
This one,
Yeah, hit that plus.
how's that?
And just click on the screen.
It's not like connect.
If
Someone
you-
have
If you go up to the three dots. Change it back to 100% on Zoom. The other way.
100 is less than.
And then instead of zooming like you did, just hit the plus, it'll just zoom in on the content.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Already earned your keep.
yes. Okay, so
That requires an first.
what do we wanna see?
Well, I just go through these slides so everybody can have a look at what it's gonna look like. That's
That
the,
seems a lot brighter in this picture, doesn't it?
yeah, it's obviously, the end panels are, you know, they show the end panel, with you some information on each side of that. But that'll be, you know, looking at the exercise side of the, and then obviously the mural is on the back side.
Does it say fitness court?
I think it's just like, yeah, it's gonna look just like a picture.
In case people don't know where they are.
Right. Well, you know, it's.
That's what should be in the little announcement,
Right,
is that picture.
Okay,
And if you know, if there's something that I can put on Friends of Canby Parks, I'm happy to do it. Just give it to me and I'll do it.
let me check on this. Who
Yeah.
do I report back to? He said, not like it. He said,
and I can,
Marbury, is this kind of it?
well, that's, yeah, that's kind of it.
Okay.
So,
Will we do a breakdown thing?
there's, yeah,
I would hope so, that something we could,
they had a grand opening schedule, and I mean, they did send Jerry a schedule that we were going to work from, but there, with this latest hiccup that they were trying to pull on us, they might have to push their schedule back a little bit. It's not on us, it's on them because the installer didn't have a CCD number and they were trying to put the cost on us. And we said, no, in hell, are we paying $2,500 for your guy to get a CCD number? So he said it's gonna take 9 weeks for me to get that. Well, we're gonna try to see if they can prove that. So, but the initial date that was given to us, and they were kind of pushing, now we're pushing them, and there's a little holdup.
April 20th, I think, was when we had them scheduled to,
Begin installation.
yeah. But,
April 20.
yeah,
Well, the weather hasn't, I mean, that's.
I mean, we're gonna be ahead of them actually with concrete being poured.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just glad that Barry was nice enough to allow him the extra time to do this. I was really surprised.
What option do you have? What option do you have?
Be gone.
And I'll be gone, so. All right,
All of, you guys wanna go through the pictures anymore?
anybody else have any more questions on this? During the Maple Street park portion, I have asked Ryan to be our point person on the baseball fields. The installation of those, you know, because he's involved with Canby baseball, and Canby kids, and he's more knowledgeable on all of that than.
Do we wanna make sure the group's okay with that, or?
No. Do we need to make a motion?
I wouldn't mind. I know, I
All
will
in
pay
favor?
mine, but I don't get.
Here, let's just, all in favor, say aye. You did it right. So anyway,
Is that thing ready to go now? There's just wait until July 1.
No. The 30-day waiting period is August, is Maple Street is. I think it's the May 3rd meeting is the 30 days. So it'll be May 3rd, it'll be, have the 30 days, then we start the contract process. So we gotta go through, like I was explaining on this other one where it goes through the PSA, the attorney looks through it and all that. So we're gonna be right down to the wire. So
I thought we had a contract.
we have a contract, but we gotta get it approved. So it's been approved by council, now we gotta go through our procurement process.
we'll be right back where we were on the Auburn funds.
It's gonna take some time, and that one's that sole source, and all that, so it's gonna be even. So that's why I'm saying we gotta keep pushing forward on it, but in the meantime, if we can get the scoreboards wrapped up, where they go, all that stuff, Ryan, let me know what, or how, where are we at with that area? Because we got the donation, we just need to get a change order.
Well, that's the one. So when we talked about adding scoreboards, a price came back from the people installing the fields, field turf, that they could get scoreboards for $8,500. Okay, so that $8,500, I reached out to the guy that donated money from pickleball courts, and I asked if he would be interested in donating scoreboards to the Maple Street Park, and he said, sure. You know, give me, you know, I need this information, and so Ryan and I got the information for him. He ran it up the flagpole and we got the approval for the $8,500. So we have a donation for the scoreboard. So now we just need to find the location where we want to put it. And Ryan will figure that out. If the group has any ideas where they would like to put scoreboards. Okay.
Say move it.
So the other thing is that I needed from Eileen to move forward with, because once we get this contract established, we get it through all this whole process that I was talking about. I'm gonna have to create a change order right off the bat, and for her to approve that, she wanted you guys to make a recommendation for
what?
the installation of this scoreboards. Like, does this group support putting scoreboards in?
Okay, so do we need to make a motion from the group?
That's what she was.
Approve the installation, Barbara. Am I handling it right or no? I don't know.
I would ask, Brian to make a motion, since you're
I
the
do
lead.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna pay.
That, if everybody goes with that, I'll move that we make a recommendation to add a change order for scoreboards for the Maple Street project.
And the installation. of-
And installation there,
Second,
okay, motion second, can we get a vote now? I'll go around the table. Fine, okay, Andrea,
yes.
Barbara, Ryan.
Sure.
David,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Barry, yes, Lisa,
Yes.
Kara,
Yes.
okay. 9-0.
Awesome, that's super helpful. Thank
Will
you,
that,
guys.
will that help, Eileen?
It will help a lot, yep.
I did, oh wait, no, I didn't.
Who's that?
Black person.
No,
Oh, wait.
Kara, you did.
You
something.
did.
Yeah, she did.
I'll get it now.
And Barry, when you get back, we'll get together with Brian and work on that. Just on. Finalizing that. Well, no, location and stuff like that, but,
Okay,
that's
that's fine. Yeah. We'll,
I can start that process, get an idea from the softball folks and whatever they think.
the one thing I do wanna make sure, and I know, have these fields been pretty much dedicated to the softball group? I mean, they've pretty much
Softball, that's, yeah, the softball is the sole user
of them now. When we turf the fields, it's gonna be a joint. You guys will work together and iron out those.
Yeah.
Details. It's not gonna be a bone of contention
Shouldn't be.
between the two groups, will it?
How old do you think could play on those fields baseball?
We have a peg for juniors, which is to 12 years old. For baseball, softball, you.
Right.
18, but baseball 12 would be the tops.
Anything else on Maple while we're here? I think we'll talk when we get a little further on the CIP, we'll discuss second phase to that. Okay. The tree and bench program, Kara,
Mhm. Okay, so, Barry and I, discussed possible benches and picnic table styles. And while we were originally thinking recycled plastic, we are now thinking metal, because of to maintain the look that's of the furnishing, along with the furnishings that are already in around town, most of them are metal. And so we thought that we'd like to continue that standard. But because I'd already gotten prices for the recycled plastic, I emailed the Natural Structures in Baker City. Chad got right back to me, said he will work up the prices for the metal tables. We had a couple of ideas about American steel and BBC steel. I called both of them, neither one of them would do anything for us along those lines. But they did recommend, BBC Steel recommended Oregon Machine Works, which is right behind Canby Builders. So I called and talked to Stefan, and and then I sent him pictures of the tables that we were talking about. And he said they absolutely could do, any of those would be easy enough to build. He wanted to know if we want them made out of steel or aluminum. And if we have, and they would be powder coated, because we already talked about that, and if we have any idea about initial quantities. And so I was hoping to get an answer on those two questions tonight, so I can respond to him. And what was the other thing? Oh, and then I also spoke with GK's machinery, And they are, and I sent them the pictures of the other ones, yeah, and she said, and so we kind of worked through that a little bit back and forth, and they are working on. They said absolutely they could do that design, and they're working on prices and design and all that.
Okay, now, and before we go further with that, I think Jerry had a thought that, we need to get the policy and the procedure and policy approved by council, so we need to run that through council again, and we should send your policy out to all the board members again to review and to make recommendations or changes that they see fit, get those back to you, so you can adjust that and and then we should agree with what this tree bench program should be or stay, and then send it to council for approval before we go out and get bids, right? Isn't that what you were saying?
Yeah, yep. And then, like, I just brought this up, I was looking at, this is our master fee schedule that we update, that this would go in. And
Right.
It's got every price in there, and I'm trying to see if it's real quick, I don't have time to look here, but yeah, if we get this program approved by council and get it going, and then we just go out and figure out what we want to do, and then it gets turned over to city staff, it's kind of streamlined, I think.
Yeah, I know, I think that's a great, I mean, I think the policy should be, I mean, they don't have to be waiting on each other. I think the
Right.
policy
Yeah,
approval should happen because it can.
Okay.
So.
Is that a policy that mentions the department directors? It was much broader. Talking about the policy that you first introduced here, or is this something more recent?
I
It
mean,
it came out of some other place that had a lot of it.
Westland.
Department managers and fancy with them, so.
well,
It may already be done deal, as it's gone.
I typed up, I went from the city of Westland, looked at what they
Yeah.
did, and then kind of tried to figure out what would work best for us, what our infrastructure is like, and then kind of created out of whole cloth, essentially. There's a couple of things that I, really
So
closely.
you were able to remove things that were not relevant because we don't
Correct.
have a department manager, for example.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So, and I put Jerry in as the person who would be the ultimate approval, because that's what we have. So
yeah,
It's always what we have, Jerry.
we're so grateful to have.
well, thanks for all you guys doing my work now too. So, I appreciate it. But no, it's a lot of work tracking all this stuff down, figuring it out, and then getting a good quality product and all that stuff, but I'm curious to see who we end up with for building.
Cause he mentioned that Oregon,
OMC.
Yeah.
Oregon Machine Works is awesome, they do a lot of work for me all the time already, and
Yeah, I really liked Stefan when I talked to him. He
Yeah.
seemed really nice and.
I like how they throw what kind of material. That's how
know.
cooperative they are, it's like, we don't care, we'll build whatever you want.
Yeah, so what do we want? What do I tell
The steel's nice because it's hard for people to pack off, it's heavy,
them? Okay,
but aluminum's gonna be a lot more money too.
okay, that's what.
So steel, I would think
Steel.
powder coated steel would be.
Okay.
It would hold up better. Steel would hold up better.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
dent it, it would be hard to, aluminum, you could actually damage it.
Yeah, that's,
Are they anchored by the weight of?
They'll be bolted down to like the concrete foundation.
so I think that's the reason why, that we'd like to go with the steel, because we wanna maintain a consistency with what the city's already put in, on First Avenue or Second Avenue and then at City Hall, so we wanna just maintain the consistency. So I think what we need to do is you need to get the policy sent out again to all the board members and have them.
Jerry, do you have it? Cause I'm sure I sent it.
Yeah, you want me to, what do you want me to send it out, or do you? want me
Yeah,
to-
that'd be great.
What do you want, just when did you send that to me, Carol? Was this a recent?
No,
That was a while ago.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can find it and just, do you want me to put it out to the group or?
yeah,
Okay.
that's what would be good.
Just the whole the last thing you sent me on all of
The whole policy and and then
Okay.
it has, I think it has the tree or the application on there as well, the form that I created. I mean, I have it right here, but it doesn't really help, since.
I'll follow up with you on this, Kara, make sure it's the right one.
Okay, I mean, I would do it, and I'm happy to do it, but I don't have everybody's email
No,
addresses.
no, it's easy for me. I'll just track it down, I'll go through and look at your emails and then just make sure it's.
Everybody's email address on that.
Yeah, maybe, I think if I can see everybody's, you know, I can't see them, but if I do, I can just send it out, but.
Yeah, so, okay, yeah, let me know, Kara, sure.
Okay,
I'll-
So if everybody in the group can, when you get that, review it, make all the changes that you think are pertinent. And then we'll bring them the suggestions back for next meeting on the 21st of May.
Is there a process yet for who's gonna decide where they are put? The location of these?
The benches,
Uh-huh.
no, well, the idea is that,
in the policy,
and it's also, somebody might wanna donate it,
Yeah.
request it or whatever, but. Auburn Farms might be could be our,
that's my hope.
we're trying to get that park underway and that would be a good location for
Speaking
some of the trees.
Speaking of that, I don't wanna get off track from that, but are we gonna ever name that park?
Well, Terry Jones,
Okay, never mind, I wanna. Yeah,
yeah, it's very
Yeah.
confusing, but I think as we get closer,
we'll work on it.
we need to do she did a policy for the parks naming policy, and we should go through that, and it should go out to the public, I would say.
Okay,
This one? Okay.
sorry, Kara, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
Okay,
No, I shouldn't have done that.
Okay, it's okay.
are we
Maybe
good?
it'll come back.
Well, I'm gonna get together, Kara, we're gonna send out the policies, all that stuff, we're
Yeah.
gonna get input, we're gonna come back to the May
21st,
meeting. After that, we'll
well,
take to the next steps, hopefully, we can,
To the-
I can do a ordinance and staff report to get to council.
Yeah,
Have people.
Yeah.
And get this adopted.
yeah.
mhm,
So on the answer to his second question about quantity,
Oh, yeah,
are we going to be able to, have a quantity, or are we gonna?
I wouldn't mind, actually, like buying 10 and having them stored, and then people can, so that we have them, so. That we could do our work like maybe every 2 years.
Right,
So maybe because maybe it's Oregon Machine Works this year, maybe it's BBC or GM. When we do it, because everything changes. As you can see, First Avenue, we did GK Machine, and now we're looking at other places, so. I would think that if we could do this, we could budget for it. We just buy them, we have them, and then we just keep track of how many are left or whatever we get.
And if people then want to adopt them, money could go back into.
it would go back into the.
right. That's what, I like that idea a lot.
Yeah,
Then you guys have more flexibility in putting stuff out.
yep, will they be ready to go, they wouldn't have to wait, no one
Right.
lose interest, yeah.
Yeah.
Room to keep them.
And then that's something that should go in the paper too,
Yeah,
after this is all.
right, yeah, oh no, oh, believe me.
Like the Ford Foundation did the bike racks, and we ended up buying extras just to have them, we still have, there was like 40 of them. And we still have probably 8 left from when we did First Avenue, and when they get hit and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
We put some at the new park.
we could, yeah.
Yeah,
Saves them.
Okay. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. New business, CIP, you wanna,
Oh, yeah,
you wanna walk through that,
I sure can, I'm gonna go meet with our finance director.
let's just talk parks.
No, I wanna start with the industrial park 99 connection.
Come on.
Parks, so we got them colored and highlighted the years on the stuff that we're kind of working on right now. And so I took out the money for the Parks Master Plan update. I think that money we're just gonna take out of, we're not gonna make it a capital project, we're just gonna pay for that out of a materials and services line. So basically, we got Auburn Farms, or it's got how many names now on here, I just started calling it Auburn so that it didn't confuse the finance department. And these numbers, when you look at it, some of them don't add up because we've already spent money on it this year. It doesn't account for on some. And then, so we got the fuel station, we're putting in a fuel station here at Public Works, and Parks is paying a portion of it. So all the other departments are paying for it too. So we gotta write it down. It is coming out of Parks, I'm sorry. And it's not SDCs. So it's general fund, so. that's it here. And then this one you can't see, but it's Maple, and our plan with Maple is to finish the turf scoreboard, and then I would like to. Or, I don't know, I should
Phase
say
two.
but phase two, do the playground equipment, and if we have enough money, do the sports courts. Kind of fix that, kind of finish that park. And
Now
then,
that, and you have that budgeted, I thought, okay, I thought, didn't I tell you 25, 26, but he's got it budgeted.
I want to do it now.
24, 25.
Yeah, I would like to get it done.
So,
I don't know if you guys are
what are
into
your
that.
thoughts? Because I want to know what's your thoughts.
Yes, I would like that.
So these, like, the period of this is kind of laid out for 24, 25. The lighting is in with,
Phase, lighting's in with phase one,
it's in
the
with,
ball fields.
with the ball fields. But I don't think it was paved, was it?
Well, it was.
It was just lighting, what were you paving it?
Lighting.
I need to check into that, because I need to make, I'm not for sure. You know?
I don't know if, Andrew.
Okay,
It
I'll
was
check.
mentioned at some point.
Yeah, I gotta make sure that it was pavement, but we could use that money towards that too, so if it wasn't. So.
And how about parking, additional parking?
That, if it became, well, we can add it anytime, Lisa. We could cancel, so basically what finance is telling me is any of these capital improvement projects, if it became a priority. I know. And we could like adjust these to do that, say it came a priority that maybe we wanna do. The lighting, the path, leave the playground equipment, build a parking lot, we could use that money to do that. So we kind of need to focus on that and figure out what to do.
Are you distributing this to the members of this committee?
This will be, I'm showing the committee and I can give you a copy and we'll just call it a draft, but this will be published in our budget. So it'll be on the city website, it'll be in a handout.
I want to
whatever.
continue to argue for some sort of dating procedure. So somewhere in that, in every one of it needs to say as of date X. Because I never know whether.
Kind of like a timeline, like, yeah.
Like
Just
any,
anything that goes out should have an as of this date. That's what we were looking at.
yeah, and Barbara, I can make you a copy of this to take with you or whatever, I can email it to you,
Just send it out.
any input. On this is helpful for me because I've looked at this so many times, I'm missing stuff, when I was met with Barry earlier. Numbers weren't adding up and I'm starting to get around here looking at it. But yeah, I don't wanna email this out
Well, I understand.
until. I don't want this to get published, I had someone on the last Zoom meeting that was upset that I didn't share this with
And
them.
when you're just sending out sporadically, but
I could send
whenever
it,
you send it out as a document,
okay,
as of a date, I want it to be there. So we can toss in the old ones and say, here's where we are.
I agree, yep. So this is kind of what I'm gonna send out, you guys, and to finance for the this year's budget. So if anyone sees anything, let me know. If anyone wants another copy, I can give it to them, but I keep changing it. And it'll probably change again tomorrow when I meet with finance, because we got a new finance director, it's got new ideas, and.
No, it's all- The thing I'm talking about is when we are distributing to the group as
Yep.
an official document, that's when it needs to say, this is where we were on as of the date X.
Okay,
Just, yeah,
That way, there's no confusion between us about what current.
just like the date in the upper right hand corner,
Yeah.
saying, you know,
when we should, that makes sense.
And say as.
And every time I update it, I do date it when I save it, so I know which draft.
Right,
this
'cause you're
is.
the only one that knows. that.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea, actually, Barbara, I can do that.
What are we spending 250,000 on the logging?
Is that out? So
What are we doing?
I'm sure a lot of people-
What are you doing?
that's a mistake, I think. Hold on, let me think about that.
Is that a master plan?
There are a whole mess of flags out there. What's going on? Yellow flags and other flags.
That's a mistake.
Well, see.
Yeah, thanks, Dave, because I,
250,000.
yeah, no, we just saved some money there, yeah.
That towards additional.
You see that we were down to single lane road on Maple Street over the weekend, the softball team.
200,000, see,
Why, I'm like. Logging road, you had 250 in the one that you gave me and 26.7.
yeah, out 1 year. Do you see another one, Jim, another mistake?
That's not out.
Right, and then there's 200,000 out there too, those don't have to.
Oh, no, it doesn't. That's for
This-
470,000.
This one's off,
Yeah, 4.7, yeah.
this one's off 200,000, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, so. I need to change that to a 3,
No, it's seven,
a 7.
46,
No,
4,700,000.
3, because you'd have the two
Yeah.
together for 4.5.
That adds up now, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've been missing, a few of those. I went through, Barry caught a couple too. And we've changed it because we've gone off the old CIP for years and years and years, even probably when you were dealing with it. And then everything got changed this year and it got changed and changed and changed. So I kept missing a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna meet with him tomorrow and he's gonna let the finance team go through all this and make sure it's all that's up.
When
This
does,
is the column that,
when does that budget have to be approved by?
he was telling me that we have a meeting next week, a budget committee meeting next week. No, but I was told that they're gonna get it, they wanna get they're waiting on this stuff. And they're gonna get it to the print publishers and then get a hard copy back at our meeting next week. So. And if you were on the budget committee, are we good with this, you know, you guys?
Anybody have any questions on the CIP?
The main ones I wanna look at is 24, 25. Make sure we have your projects and that you guys
Yes.
recommended.
$80,000 a year.
And this here, I told Greg Perez to bring in the budget, bring it up this year, because I don't know if anyone asked for this money for the Canby kids.
What?
Brian Hodson brought it up.
Hodson brought it up at a city council meeting, didn't he?
He brought it up at budget committee too, and that's how it got thrown in there, or Eric had told him to put it in. And so,
Yeah, 10,000 last year,
how much?
10,000.
You requested and got it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
Increased it.
so I think we need to bring this up during budget. I'll bring it up if no one else does, just. Anyways. Whatever you guys are thoughts.
Can you work with Asia or something?
Yeah, anything. Okay, is that it for this?
Any more questions on the CIP?
The only thing that I had on this was, I was concerned about was the parking lot. If that was up, everything else is kind of what you guys have been wanting. So,
Parking. The industry.
Yeah, it's.
Have we gotten bids on Maple yet?
we, you mean for the turf?
Turf?
Yeah, they're like a government contract, what is it, field turf? Field turf that does it, so they gave us an actual contract through, and they have a list of vendors that are all approved through government pricing, so we have a contract with them, we just gotta get approved by council, so.
But that 2.4 is gonna cover everything.
It's 1.46 for the turf and all that, we added another million for playground. So. Yeah. So it's all good, we just gotta get it through council and get it through finance and
Oh,
it's crazy, yeah, it's
is that what the schools paid for, they redid all of theirs?
their turf and stuff.
No, not the playground.
Oh, problems. Do you know? It's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going very soon.
Well, I think everybody's done with you.
We've heard it. I'll talk, I can show you the other CIP if you guys wanna see.
No, we
it.
don't wanna see it. We just wanna see the latest, right, Barbara? We want to.
The most current, I'm gonna start doing that. That's good.
All right, so,
Well, it should also help you. to
It will.
What came before what.
Yep.
we gotta remember, check his math when it comes up.
Boy, it's flawless. You have to.
All right, city staff update, Ryan Potter. He's not here. So we'll move on. Capper?
Capert update. Our meeting is next Monday.
Okay.
We are going to go over any applications that have been turned in. I know we have at least 2.
Okay.
And try to schedule some interviews. And we'll contact people, get those on the books, go from there. I don't have any other updates because the meeting's next week.
Okay. And that will be, is it Monday? you said?
Monday, the 19th, I wrote it down here. No, that's not the 19th. What is Monday? That was last month. Got it on my work calendar. That's what I started doing. Yeah, 22nd.
Second.
22nd.
Do you guys meet once a month?
Sometimes we struggle in November, December, but I think that's just how that part of the year is.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Andrew? Jim Davis to report now. Jim? Oh,
What Jim have to say? Hey, Jim.
yeah.
We're listening.
Okay, well, we won't have anything from Jim. So.
No, you, just, but do you have any information
Do I have any information?
about what Jim's
No.
been telling?
I got something to comment on that.
Good.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys follow the council meetings, but
Try.
it's actually, I wanna say this because Jim's not here. But it's impressive how well his notes are and how he reports at the council meeting, and what goes on these meetings. Would you agree?
I would agree.
It's
Yeah.
accurate,
I've seen that.
it's really impressive.
Probably because I do. the
Oh,
minutes.
Is that what it is? Well,
Minutes,
and
yeah.
that's what he's reading your minutes. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. Lisa.
Don't pat Jim on the back.
Well, whatever it is impressive because it hasn't always been like that. You know, I mean, it's a really accurate. So whatever you're doing is super impressive.
If I wasn't.
Because
added around.
Jamie was asking me, she's like, that is impressive. Are those accurate? I said, yeah, it is spot on.
The question is, are you recording everything, including what the boss does?
But anyways, I want to ask.
Be clean.
As it needs.
Yes,
We.
that's fair. Jim does do a really good job.
Yeah, one other
Okay, well,
Well, you talked to me about the Canby Wayside project, or.
oh, the,
Like,
the Willamette Wayside.
Willamette Wayside and Fish Eddy.
What about it?
Well, we just haven't talked about it in a long time, and
Yes.
I'd be very interested.
Yeah.
Here's, this should probably go in the minutes because it's something that we wanted Jim to maybe see if he can reach out. Can we get our contract attorney to revisit the Willamette Wayside property for land use option?
Good question.
my
We
thing is,
really don't know.
I brought this up with the mayor a while ago, is we have all this river frontage.
Revisit.
And we're not doing anything with it. You can't take a kayak down, you can't do a paddleboard, you can't, you know, and I just wish we could look into something, just me, I don't live here or anything else, but it's, you know, we have pilings out there that I've been paying the yearly rent on, so that there could be a dock system. I don't know if we wanna do that or anything like that, but it just kind of, after it got looked into, it got, our attorney looked at it, and then the dog park thing got going, and we lost track of it, and so I didn't know if we wanted to go there or not, or do we have enough to do?
The,
We got enough to do?
look at it.
Okay, yeah,
The previous attorney wrote some documents, I mean, basically, that kept us from really moving forward with anything. And we just want to, Barry Elsner has a land use division, or they have attorneys that handle land. And maybe we want them to revisit that Willamette Wayside property to see really what it could be used for. We know the site, the dog park site's not gonna be touched.
Was-
Where
I was waiting to hear that.
where we're using the off leash. Okay, I mean, it will remain off leash, even when they go to the wastewater treatment, the treatment pump, because, you know, Jerry's, in Albany, they have a really cool wastewater treatment section, and the ponds and the walking trails and everything, it's pretty impressive.
It's amazing. And how soon can we start to expect to see some of that?
well, I recently just hired, a new wastewater treatment supervisor, Monica Stone is her name, and she is sharp and talented and overthinking, and so. I wanna get her involved in this, get looking into it, and, that's so, I see us moving forward within a year on this, of looking at planning or something to that
Yeah.
effect with that. I don't know, it kind of got dropped, I wanted to bring it back up with Barry, I just, you know, like, what can we do? What are the rules, I know you know, it's out of the UGB, it's out of the city limits, so it's got that going against it, but I really feel like we're not being real responsible, having all this river frontage and not doing anything with it. It's crazy that I'm driving to Detroit or over here to go do something fun like that when we have all this right here in our backyard.
Well,
That's a nice, I love the tractor tires and stuff around the boat launch. That's my favorite.
that's what the boat launch,
I like stuff like that.
it's not even,
It's all eroded.
yeah,
And I'm a boater and I use that, but it's sketchy.
that's what I
You
heard.
can't do it with a speedboat and all that stuff, but if you know what you're doing, you can get in and out of it.
There was,
It's more of that type of. So, yeah,
they had, 2 weeks ago in the Canby, whatever they call it, Canby Herald newspaper, they had an article about the athletic complex, and I don't know if everybody saw it, but there were some comments made in there that were kind of misleading, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, that there was gonna be a dog park on the north side of town, and that's, I mean, which, that was made by.
was close. It's on the south side.
It's south,
But I mean,
There are two sides of town.
yeah,
Is that where that story came from? Somebody sent me a link to a conversation on Nextdoor.
I saw that too.
And that lady was just losing it over paving over all of Mall River State Park. It's just gonna
Yes.
be all paved over.
I was gonna comment on that and I thought, gosh, for a start, yeah, never mind.
there's so many restrictions, it would never happen.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
Well, there were so many statements made in that article that were attributed to an individual that were erroneous.
The other thing with that's going on, we hear all this stuff like that, like the dog park, and I don't know if the mayor was misquoted or if he was, you know, I mean, he's got a lot going on, but. You know, I was talking to Jim Davis after, I don't know if it was the last council meeting, the one before, he's like. We're not bragging on all the good we're doing, no one knows what we're doing. Correct. And I think that should come from this group. Like, maybe the next meeting, Lisa and I will work on this while you're doing whatever you're doing. And
Interview with the Herald.
but maybe we focus on getting, you know, going over, Ryan Potter had a good idea in our last budget meeting was. put a page in the budget or two of just what we've accomplished. Because we just keep moving forward and pushing, I don't know. But that's what I would like to work on is some cool stuff like Wayside and maybe bragging about what we've got done in the last couple of years.
I have a great story for you. 3 dogs were roughhousing out there, fairly close to the water. They were big dogs and they were really going at it and they were having fun. And all 3 of them went through the foliage and into the water. 3 owners, one of whom was a woman who was running more slowly when they all saw all 3 dogs disappeared into the water. 2 dogs came out. The dog that didn't come out was owned by the woman who was late getting him. Where's my dog? Where's my dog? He came out on the other side, and so then he came around to where the kind of crossing is.
Oh.
But she was very scared.
Oh, yeah, but the dog was okay.
I guess he didn't die.
When are they gonna start the water treatment plant out here?
They're under the map, they're planning it right now, master plan. It's supposed to be complete in 10 years.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, they're just gonna they gotta raise rates, and they're gonna start raising rates and doing plans and figuring out how to do all that. That's
Did we get an answer to the question of what's being done in the logging trail? With the flags and the money?
Which part, because there's a lot of construction going on, was it, the money,
Some
that
of the
money,
was utilities.
yeah, they were locating, and they stick those flags in
Yeah,
for power, just locating power lines, so even if it, I think what was
well, I
going on.
assume that the question is, what's the money being used for?
Oh, that money was earmarked in there to have money in case we wanted to do something on the Traverse property.
Ah,
The Traverse logging route or walking path portion. I just moved it into the wrong slot.
thank you.
I just keep moving it out of here until there's a plan so it doesn't go away, because Bike and Pad watches that. And then as far as like the flags you see and all that stuff, like they were doing a pre-survey locate out here for an apartment complex going in, so they wanted to see where all the utilities were so they could put it on the plan.
Percentage of electrified scooters is rising and they're coming through there.
Logging?
Incredible speeds.
It is, there is a lot.
People ride their bikes there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
they-
they.
I know
they fast too, like,
I always say on your left, but
yeah, well, I mean, I like it when people call out, but. You know, if I zig, you know, which I'm known to do, and you're zagging, we're gonna crash and I'm gonna get the worst of it. So I just feel like these bicyclists, if they could just slow down around pedestrians, it's not a lot to ask.
Anybody else have anything they wanna cover? I mean, we did it all.
No, just hope you have a good vacation, Barry. Lisa and I have this completely other.
Where's he going?
My wife's.
Where you going?
We're going to Portugal and then to.
My daughter just left there. So she had a great 2 weeks in Portugal.
Well, that's about.
Cool.
That's about it. Yeah, and then from there to Rome, and then eventually back home.
Somebody just told me that Portugal is the first country to make it a law that you have to have vegan options on your menu.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's true.
I'll let you.
Okay, I can't wait to hear.
The other thing I had is April 30th. What did I tell you? 2:00 is Jeff Snyder's retirement party here at Public Works. If anyone wants to stop by and say,
What's he doing? See,
yeah, no, he's doing good, and he looked at all his options, and he's just like, it doesn't pay to stay any longer, and everything's running good, so he says he's gonna wrap it up and go do some fun stuff with his wife. She's retired, and so, yeah.
Have a good idea.
Nice.
So he's excited and he gets to go out on his terms. That's what he wanted to do, not on any other day.
At 2 p.m.
2 p.m. on, the 30th, down here at Public Works.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're gonna miss that?
I'll come back. Barbara, I don't know, should I be worried? My wife booked my seat on the plane next to an exit door.
Which airline?
Well, it's Delta.
You know, Kelly's on Delta. She said it was okay.
Doors all right?
No
Doors
doors
are gonna fall? No doors? I'm just hoping the doors don't fall.
But you are gonna be astonished with the color of the building, colors in the buildings there. It's the most amazing place. It's just a festival for the eyes.
Yeah. All right, can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting? There's nothing. Kara,
Second.
Andrew seconds, okay, we are all in favor of adjourning this meeting, saying aye. Next meeting, May 21st.
I didn't hear the date of the Jeff. 2:30.
Jeff meeting, April 30th, 2:30. Right here, or 2 o'clock,
2 to 3.
2 to 3. April 30th, right here.
Thank you.
Jeff Schneider.
May
And then our next meeting, May 21st, 6:30, right here.
May 21st is our next meeting.